Warning, the following audio transmission will forever change your outlook on society. You will no longer believe the narrative. You are about to wake up and see things for what they really are. News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doom Daily Show. I am your host, Jester Dooms. Today is March 5th, 2026. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Sitting across from me today, there's a special treat for you guys. I have a friend in town on the internet. He goes by @SoWhatIf. What's up, dude? Welcome.
Morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Having my Rise unsponsored mushroom coffee.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's just a good thing to have. You ever had it?
No, but I don't drink coffee. I'm more of a tea guy.
Well, this is more of a mushroom thing and not a bean.
Yeah,
Well,
so
you know.
it just doesn't have room for me.
Whatever, dude. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the show. The email, doomdailyshow@gmail.com. The website, www.jestersvoice.com. Go there, leave us a audio message by using the button at the top of the screen, and check us out everywhere on social media @JesterDooms. Yes. So today, So What If is going to be helping me work on the house foundation. It's going to be spot on. Have you ever held a ladder before?
I have.
Can you climb a ladder?
I can.
That's good.
I can fall down a ladder too.
Me too. I bet you could fall faster than I can, though. So yeah, we'll be working on some more waterproofing of the foundation. Hopefully we get everything done we need to do today, because the inspector is coming sometime tomorrow, I believe. Hopefully he comes at a reasonable time while we're not having bad weather or anything else. The rain has been very spotty, what it's saying over the next couple day forecast. So hopefully we don't get much rain. It's been a very dry last 2 days. I'd like to keep it that way, right? It'd be very, very nice. Yesterday was good. I went and picked So What If up at the airport yesterday afternoon. Yeah. Then we went and we had some dinner. So that was also good. We got into some shenanigans live streaming, which was also fantastic. You should have been there.
It should have been.
And if you're not like catching these live streams, guys, you can follow me @JesterDooms on all social media and follow @SoWhatIf and catch us on different various platforms because we're out there in the ether doing things. Yes. Also yesterday, before So What If got in town, he had the clever idea to send about 6 boxes full of everything to the P.O. box and my home. So, and there's still one more I missed picking up, which is okay because I have other stuff coming to the P.O. box anyway. So if you guys want to take the time to go to the website or find my link tree, you guys can also send stuff to the P.O. box. That's fun. Just don't send me a bag of dog shit. That's all. We don't want that.
All right. Cat poop.
Or cat poop. We don't want the cat poop either. That wouldn't be very good. I have enough cat shit around here as it is.
But if you got cow, you can grow your own mushrooms.
That's true. If you have cow, you can grow your own mushrooms. Have you ever did shrooms?
Once.
I never have.
I don't recommend it.
Never have. I was younger and I was having a party at my house one day. Okay. And there was this dude there and he asked me, he says, "Do you have any peanut butter?" And we're all drinking and it's the middle of the night. And I'm like, dude, why the fuck do you want peanut butter? I'm thinking he's high and he's got the munchies and he wants peanut butter. Right. And I was like, what the fuck do you need peanut butter for? He's like, well, I got a bunch of mushrooms and I want to eat them, but they go better with peanut butter. They're really nasty to eat by themselves. So I mix them with peanut butter. And I was like, I'm not getting your ass fucking peanut butter, dude. Like, whatever.
No.
So he goes, I think he finds my ex and she goes in the house and gets some peanut butter. So he ended up acquiring his peanut butter somehow and ate these shrooms. But you know, that was the first time I ever saw mushrooms. That was the first time I was ever around him. And it was something I thought I maybe wanted to try, but like my better judgment said, no, don't do that. Right. And then moving forward, I'd say fast forward to like 2010, somewhere in that era neighborhood, sometime around there, 2011 maybe. I was hanging out with a friend and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go mushroom picking?" And I was like, sure, why not? You know, like I've got nothing better to do. We're living in Florida now. I didn't really have anybody else to hang out with. So going mushroom picking was better than hanging out by myself. So we go to this cow pasture. We find all these mushrooms. We had handfuls of these things. And he says, "Are you going to try these?" I said, "I don't know. I've never done them, and I don't really think I want to." He says, "Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tea out of them." He said, "And then you can slowly try it and feel the effects of it. And if you like it, you can keep going. And if you don't have to keep going." And I told him, I was like, "I really don't think that's for me. But I'll think about it. I'll think about it." Well, needless to say, he made the tea and drank it all in one day before I even got over there. So even if I wanted to do it, I didn't do it.
You didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
You snooze, you lose.
I did. I snoozed and I lost. But he ended up telling me a couple weeks later after the fact that it was like a garbage batch, that it did very little. And I mean, there was a handful. And he said, I'm trying to justify a handful in my hands, maybe
2 pounds.
I don't know, because I don't know how much they weigh, but if I had to put them all in a bag and bunch them together, I would say probably the equivalent of a head of broccoli.
Okay.
That's how much he had. And I think he said he made maybe 4 or 5 cups of tea out of it. So I would think with that amount, it would be pretty concentrated and you would have got something, but he says he got nothing. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad batch. Maybe the cows weren't that happy that day. Maybe they got picked at the wrong time. But it was wild because we're walking through this cow pasture early in the morning at dawn, and we're finding these things everywhere. And it was a really mind-blowing experience just to go kind of find these things and hunt them out and see them growing. It was pretty crazy.
What color were they? Were they white with
White.
blue crystal? Like blue dots to them?
No, I can't remember any blue.
Just straight white?
Yeah. I don't know if there's a difference. I'm not a druggie, so I don't know the ins and outs of these things.
The anything with the blue dots would give you more potency.
Okay, so blue dots have more potency. Got it. So I'll write that down for the third opportunity I get to not do them.
Exactly.
Anyway, enough about mushrooms. Drugs are bad. We'll be right back after these messages.
Can't get enough of Jester Dooms? Check out his other show, It's Doomsday Podcast, available on all podcast platforms. That's It's Doomsday Podcast.
Back to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Doom Daily Show. I am your host, Jester Dooms. Joining me today is at So What If, to give me that IRL, that 1 week in real life interaction, where you tell a friend, family member, or coworker about the Doom Daily Show. Now, are you ready to talk some bullshit?
Always ready to talk about bullshit.
Okay, here we go. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to suck up the entire episode of the show. Okay? Guaranteed, because we both have different, our opinions are probably very similar on this topic, but we're going to get into this and we're going to see how it goes. On the Epic Times, USDA approves new food stamp restrictions for 4 states by Zachary Steiber on the Epic Times. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, on March 4th approved new restrictions for food stamps in Kansas, Nevada, Ohio, and Wyoming. In quotations, real food is the foundation of healthier families and healthier communities, Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins said in a statement. Rollins signed a waiver request from the 4 states during an event at the USDA headquarters in Washington. Okay, so before we really tear into keep going into this article, so what if, do you think there should be restrictions on food stamps?
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah? In what capacity?
Well, first off, if you want to keep your full benefits of food stamps and anything else coming in by the government, you should at least put something back into the community by working at least 20 hours a week at a part-time job.
So I have varied opinions on that. Okay, now there's a reason why. Okay, so hear me out on this. It costs taxpayer money to create regulation. Okay, so the idea that you have to submit something every week, once a week, every month, say that you're working so many hours, it does take man hours to verify all this, right? And I wouldn't want to keep hiring people or figuring out new computer programs or paying, $500,000 for a program that could regulate this. I would much rather do this. You lose your job, you have no income, that's fine. You're unemployed, that's fine. Let it run for 90 days, cut it off. At that 90-day mark, if you can't prove employment or prove you're contributing to society, cut it off, right? But also on that token for the every 90-day thing, because I think it should be quarterly. Do you know, like most states with unemployment, you have to report every 2 weeks, every week, you have to report that you're not working. That's how it goes in a lot of states.
Okay.
I do think that's good, and a lot of it's on computer programs, and it is a well-working system. You go in there, no, I don't have a job. Yes, I looked for a job. No, I'm poor, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's your check. And they keep that going. But it's very fraudulent, and you could work under the table, and this could all get fucked up, right?
Correct.
Okay, so, but my idea with the every 90-day check-in, you do this quarterly. If you can't get a job, but you're volunteering somewhere to benefit your community, great. Every 90 days, you turn in these forms. They need to be verified. They need to be signed off on. If they're not, if you're found guilty of fraud, you forever lose these benefits. Then, if you try to be a fucking scab on the ass of society, you will eventually get ripped the fuck off and you won't be a problem anymore. What do you think about that?
Well, I'd just like to not be a problem anymore.
Not being a problem anymore is good. Okay, so let's roll on here for a second. The USDA runs the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, SNAP, the federal food stamps program with assistance from states. Ohio was approved to bar people participating in SNAP from buying carbonated drinks that list sweeteners such as sugar or corn syrup as the primary ingredient. Ohio Department of Job and Family Services Director Matt Schroeder said in a statement, the development is a meaningful step toward a better health outcomes for Ohioans on food assistance. Okay, so what do you think about that?
Well, a lot of people have the addictions to sugar and caffeine and whatnot. However, there are people out there that are working that are trying to be more healthy.
Right.
So I can understand that they're trying to get the less fortunate to be more healthy so they could go back to work and not also not just on the sugary items, but on blue crab and all the higher end,
the filet mignon, the lobster,
exactly.
The steaks. Yeah, I get that part. Yeah. So, but this, I mean, to me, this is a good start. So think about this. When they're saying carbonated drinks that list sweeteners such as sugar or corn syrup as primary ingredients, you're automatically taking most sodas off the platform to begin with, right?
Exactly.
And it's going to lead you back to some other things like sugar-free energy drinks, okay, that use like artificial sweeteners, all right? So it makes me wonder if it's a good thing, but there's going to be loopholes. Like, can they still get Coke Zero? Can they still get Diet Coke that's sweetened with aspartame?
Even though Diet Coke is one of the worst drinks to have.
So but like when you read between the lines of this, they're doing something, but they're just, there's going to be loopholes.
They're trying to do a blanket statement with crochet.
What it should say is any drinks of non-nutritional value need to be taken off the list of approval, right? So you should be able to get water, milk, and juice. That's it. Now, I think that how they say carbonated, right, sweetened with sugar or corn syrup, you have a lot of other drinks out there that are non-carbonated that are sweetened with these things.
Carbonated.
Your Hawaiian Punch. Well, non-carbonated that wouldn't fall on this list, right? So your Hawaiian Punch, a lot of juice drinks, things like that would still be on this list.
The old hugs.
The little huggy drinks. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that aren't going to come off this list that are total junk that people don't need to be buying. And
then they could still carbonate them with our home carbonator.
Right. And that's a big thing we have too now. So everybody's got the soda streams, right?
Right.
And one of my coworkers, he has a soda stream and he will just literally take water and lime juice and make carbonated lime water. And it is fucking fantastic. I got to try it one day when he made it. It's really good. Just carbonated lime water.
Why don't we have one?
Why don't we have one? We need one. Maybe that's what we ought to do this week. Get a soda stream. All right. So let's see where we left off here. All right. Wyoming. Wyoming received clearance to ban sweetened carbonated beverages and candy. Wyoming Governor Mark Gordon, a Republican who approved submitting the waiver, said in a recent statement that officials targeted products with no nutritional value while preserving dignity and personal responsibility, something Wyoming citizens feel strongly about. Okay, so they banned candy and sweetened carbonated beverages in general. There's no stipulation or there's no wording in there, according to this article, that states if it's sweetened with sativa, if it's sweetened with sucrose, or anything else.
Right.
It just says sweetened carbonated beverages and candy. Anyway, we'll get your thoughts right after these messages.
Jester from It's Doomsday Podcast and the Doom Daily Show here. Do you ever find yourself overloaded with way too much information? Too many logins, too many passwords, too many websites for stuff you like? Yeah, I'm the same way. You don't have to worry about that with the Doom Daily Show and It's Doomsday Podcast. Let's make it simple. Just visit linktree.com/JesterDooms. Add it to your bookmarks. That way, when you need to find the right information, it's right there, under a tap of your finger or a click of your mouse. Go to linktree.com/JesterDooms. Get it, got it, done. Remember, no one has all the answers, but this will provide you with a place to start. linktree.com/JesterDooms. And now, on with the conversation. And here's Jester.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Doom Daily Show. I am your host, Jester Dooms. The email, doomdailyshow@gmail.com. The website, jestersvoice.com. Everywhere on social media, @JesterDooms. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show. All right, your thoughts. Wyoming received clearance to ban sweetened carbonated beverages and candy.
Well, sweetened carbonated drinks, we already talked about that.
Right, but this goes a little bit deeper than Ohio.
Right.
Right.
Now, we can go into towards the candy. There are people out there that need that sugary boost if they're either diabetic or their sugar drops. They need that quick sugar to bring that back up so they don't pass out.
Yeah, but we have things for that.
Yes, but the pharmaceutical is going to charge you an arm and a leg for that, where you can just go down.
Well, you could buy glucose over the counter. That's something you don't need a script for. And you could walk around with a tube of glucose in your pocket. If you start falling out, you shoot a little bit in your mouth, you're good. But also, other things are better for the sugar when your sugar is crashing, like peanut butter crackers are better, right? Simple sugars, longer lasting sugars, right? So I understand you're not you when you're hungry and you need a Snickers. Like, I get that part, but at the end of the day, I don't think food stamps should fund candy if you have a sugar problem.
Okay, so
just saying.
Yeah, if it's on the food stamps, yeah, no, I think it should be limited. Maybe one pack per month.
One pack, so your sugar can only crash once a month, or you're fucked.
No, only the food stamps will cover the sugary item once a month as a special treat.
Well, you want to give these bums treats? What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, that'd be a dog treat.
That'd be a dog treat. I mean, I personally think anything of no nutritional value should be on the list. Like that's it. If it doesn't give you nutritional value, it just should not be on the list. Period. Done. End of story. Like, I think that's how it should work. And there's no nutritional value in candy. Now, if you're somebody that has sugar issues, and that is something you have, dude, if you can't spring a couple dollars to keep a candy bar in the glove box of the car, I mean, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
You're doing a little something more than you should.
Well, here's the way we look at it. So we talk all the time. I've talked a lot on the show about the issues with the food stamps and the fraud and everything else that goes in with them. But the one thing people have to take into consideration when you have these food stamps, you might not have a vehicle to get back and forth. You're having to rely on somebody else, or you have a secondary source of income that's allowing you to get to the store to buy the things you need, or there's somebody that's helping you out. You're not surviving your life with just an EBT card. Like, that's not paying rent. That's not paying your utilities. That's not paying for the internet. That's not paying for hygiene products. Like, there's a long list that people need of things outside of food. So I feel if you really want a candy bar, you'll figure out a way to get the candy bar. It does need to be something that taxpayers are paying your fat ass to get sugar.
Right. Now, what about the people that sell their EBT?
Well, they can buy all the candy bars
cash.
they want.
So they sell their EBT cards to people.
Mhm.
So if they have $100 of EBT, they sell it for $50 cash.
Right.
So now that EBT card goes to somebody that may not actually need it, but now they can't purchase what they actually wanted to because of all these restrictions.
But that's on them.
Exactly.
So actually that's good too, because that's going to start combating a lot of things.
Right. So they can't go and purchase all the sugary stuff for free instead of spending their own money.
Right. All right. So let's continue into this article. Details of the requests from Kansas and Nevada were not available, so I guess we'll be hearing about that probably in the next coming days. Officials have not yet said when the new restrictions will go into effect. About 42 million people received SNAP in an average month fiscal year that ended on September 30th, 2025. The government spends $8 billion to $9 billion a month on the program. Rollins and Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. have for months been encouraging states to bar certain items from SNAP as part of the Make America Healthy Again agenda. The first set of restrictions went into effect on January 1st in Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, Utah, and West Virginia. Restrictions have since been imposed in Idaho, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Many states have been disallowing soda and other sugary drinks. A small number have been targeting energy drinks and candy. People have been historically able to use SNAP funds on a wide range of foods and drinks, as well as seeds and plants. Longstanding restrictions include prohibits on buying alcohol, cigarettes, and vitamins. Some official lawmakers and advocacy groups have said that they oppose more restrictions on food stamps. So this kind of goes into what I was saying earlier. Such restrictions will increase government regulation while treating working class families and veterans like second class citizens, not capable of making their own grocery decisions, the American Beverage Association said in a report last year. Now, I am inclined to disagree with that. People need to make smarter decisions when it comes to what they're putting in their pantries. And we will get to So What If's opinion right after the break.
Hey, producer Scooter here. And if you've made it this far, I just want to commend you for diligent listening skills. But also, I want you to take a moment since you've come this far with us. Send an email to doomdailyShow@gmail.com. Let us know where you're listening from. If you have any ideas for something you'd like Jester to address or talk about, send us an email. That's doomdailyShow@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Doom Daily Show. The email is still the same. The website is still the same. The only thing it's not the same is that you haven't shared the show out yet. So do that now. Stop what you're doing. Click share. Go to Facebook. Put it out there. Thank you. All right. So what's your opinion on this?
I think we already know what my opinion is just to shut it all down and make them work for their own supplement, except for the ones that actually cannot physically get out there and work.
Right.
And the ones that are just sitting in Section 8, slinging whatever they can, getting the SNAP benefits and selling them, doing what they can with them. Personally, I think they should just have to work for that to keep those benefits.
So here's where I'm at, right? If you, and again, it's the man hours, the extra taxpayer dollars to figuring things out. In an ideally perfect world, if you came to me and you said, hey, Dooms, listen, I have monthly expenses totaling out to be $4,000 a month. That's my rent, my car insurance, my phone bill, the water, the heat, the gas, the garbage, everything else. I am short every month on everything. I need a helping hand. What can you as the government do for me? And we go through, we verify everything is correct. We say, okay, so what if this is what we're going to do? We're going to cover your food expenses for 6 months. Hopefully this helps you get on the up and up, but you have to get a better job, or you have to live within your means better. You have to do something. Hopefully this helps you get ahead, but this is it. Right. And you say, okay, thank you. And now you're not scraping by anymore because you don't have to worry about the food side. But something I do as somebody that's not on food stamps is I make sacrifices. I look at something and say, I want it, but I don't need it. And I have to make that personal choice of, I really want the candy bar, but I know that's a dumb purchase because I need to save money for this, right?
Right.
And that's kind of how, we live our lives. You have to make sacrifices for the greater good, whatever your definition of the greater good is, whether it's the rent, the car insurance, whatever, right? Now, the scenario we just talked about with me saying, okay, you're not making enough money, let's help you out. Do you know how many people we'd have to have sitting down doing that every day with people?
Thousands.
Right. I mean, and that's going to extend the cost of this program beyond. I personally think how it should go, and I've said this before on the show, is that it needs to be set up like WIC. There's an approved amount of items you can get, and this is it. And if they're not on the approved list, you simply don't get it. The end. You get your milk, you get your bread, you get your eggs, you get some meats, you get some canned goods, and then you're done. Right? That's it.
Right.
This is for your survival, not for you to be happy. And I'm sorry, but why the fuck are we rewarding people with candy and sugary stuff and Mountain Dew and all the stuff that's sitting around not doing anything?
Exactly.
If I, as a working man, have to make the choice to not buy crap and put real food in the house because I don't have money to buy real food plus trash, the person that's not working, who I'm paying their grocery bill for, should have to make the same fucking choices. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. Callie Means, an advisor to Kennedy, told the event on Wednesday that if government is going to be spending $120 billion on SNAP, we owe it to those Americans to make sure that money is going to incentivize real food and not junk food. My points exactly.
Exactly.
Kennedy said he hopes that by the end of 2026, all states will have asked for and been approved to enact more SNAP limits. The end.
So make the SNAP like the WIC, and
hopefully that's the way it would be. Now, see, what I have a problem with, okay, is that you're not, like, the government is not saying, okay, we're going to make this a very good system that's providing nutritional food and doing this and doing that. They're just automatically wanting to, swipe stuff off the list of, like, we're not allowing this anymore, we're not allowing this anymore, we're not allowing this anymore. People do have dietary restrictions, so I understand that you can't just cross off everything. And I understand you can't make just this one list of approved items and that's it, because you have people that have different diet restrictions. So you can't make one meal plan for everybody. But what you could absolutely do is you could say, hey, as of now, we're only approving 100 items with SNAP and EBT benefits, and these 100 items are in this list. Milk, bread, eggs, water, blah, 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 blah. And have all these boxes checked, right?
Right.
Now, in doing that, you now have a situation where people have 100 different grocery items they could pick from every month, right? And if they were able to, and I mean, have the government provide little recipe books. Like, here's 50 different menu items you could make out of this 100 different things. Have fucking at it, I've gone in, like, our local grocery store here. We have a hot bar. And there you can get chicken wings and salad and all this stuff. Anything that's cold is EBT approved. So even those, like, chicken wings in there, when they come out of there and they're cold and then they become refrigerated, this cooked food, now it's not warm anymore. It's EBT approved.
Interesting.
Right? So you could take your EBT card there and get a fucking full meal with hot wings and soda and, like, all this shit and be like, oh, this is great. All on the government's dime. Yeah.
Have yourself a party.
Yeah, have yourself a party.
On our dime.
Yeah,
not the government's dime.
Yeah.
Our dime.
Yeah.
The taxpayer dime.
Do you see? So I think that it's a thing that needs to be heavily regulated. I mean, if I fuck up on taxes, I get in trouble.
Right.
But if my tax money goes for somebody to sell their food stamp card for drugs, they get away with it. The fuck kind of sense does this make?
Doesn't.
It doesn't. Because there's not any, some may, but most are not, requesting ID with that food stamp card. And that should be another thing too, that your picture needs to be on that fucking EBT card, and it needs to be on that damn card. And if you're not the person in that picture buying stuff, you need to be pushed away and say, no, this is not you. You are not the authorized user of this card. Sorry, sir, we can't help you. And the government needs to be regulating grocery stores in that capacity, making sure that they're verifying that.
Exactly.
If we could have officials that go out and check and see if people are carding for cigarettes and alcohol, why not do the same thing? Right?
Exactly. And I don't know if many people understand how grocery stores are set up.
Well, typically they have an entrance.
Usually. And an exit.
Yeah, that's true too.
But everything that you actually need is around the outside, and then the baking aisle is down basically down the center.
Really?
Every other aisle you don't really need, except for maybe bottled water. Because you have your fruits and vegetables.
Well, yeah, you think about it. You go in Walmart, the first section's your fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your deli's usually right off that.
Right.
On the very other side of that, you have your milk and dairy and eggs and all that shit.
Yep.
And then you kind of trickle down. It's all your meats on the outside, the whole way down till you get to the breads. And then in the very center is the baking aisle.
Yeah.
And on the outskirts of that, on the, the center of the insides, I guess, it's like frozen foods and fucking alcohol and then candy and then cereal and garbage.
Or technically, you have your toilet paper and paper towels and your waters.
And then you have the ethnic section that no one really goes to.
Right.
Yeah,
But
okay.
still, it's almost every grocery store is set up like that. If you actually look at it, like Publix, Winn-Dixie, the old Albertsons, Aldi, everything is around the outside that you actually need to live off of healthy, except for the baking aisle. You have to go up and down the aisles for everything else.
Right. Well, listeners, that's your homework. Go check your local grocery store, see if it's set up that way, and send us an email, doomdailyshow@gmail.com. That's all the time we have for today. Me and So What If will be back here tomorrow for another exciting episode of the Doom Daily Show. Producer Scooter, sir, if you would hit that button.
News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.